This morning, Party Central Committee member, Provincial Party Deputy Secretary, and Chairman of the An Giang Provincial People's Committee, Ho Van Mung, chaired a conference to implement the 2026 Economic Growth Plan for Sector 1 within the province.
For 2026, An Giang Province has set a GRDP economic growth target of 10.71%, striving to exceed 11%. Within that, Sector 1 growth is targeted at 3.93%, with an aim for 3.98%. The estimated value at constant prices is nearly 54,400 billion dong, accounting for over 30% of the province's economic structure. Of this, agriculture accounts for over 58%, fisheries and aquaculture nearly 42%, and the remainder is forestry. According to the plan, growth in the agriculture, forestry, and fisheries sector is projected at 3.20% for the first quarter, 3.32% for the second, 4.08% for the third, and 5.31% for the fourth. Based on the growth targets assigned by the Provincial People's Committee, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development has assigned specific tasks to units following a clear, quarterly approach. This includes 10 targets set by the Provincial People's Council and People's Committee, along with 18 industry-specific goals. Key objectives include reaching 8.8 million tons of rice, over 1.6 million tons of seafood, and maintaining stable livestock production. At the conference, various levels of government, departments, localities, and businesses discussed issues related to the targets and the feasibility of achieving them. Regarding the Sector 1 economic growth goals, they also proposed solutions to overcome difficulties and obstacles encountered during the implementation process. Giving directions at the conference, An Giang Provincial People's Committee Chairman Ho Van Mung emphasized that An Giang aims to become a strong national marine economic hub. Therefore, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development must define specific products. For the agricultural sector, there must be a shift from simple agricultural production to an agricultural economy. The entire industry must focus on improving the quality of agricultural, forestry, and fishery products in line with a green and circular economy. The chairman of the An Giang Provincial People's Committee requested that every agency, unit, business, and locality have clear plans, goals, solutions, roadmaps, and resources to realize growth targets with monthly and quarterly evaluations. Businesses need to expand their operations while proactively proposing scientific research topics and project investments based on the province's master plan. Specifically, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development must urgently review and re-evaluate the exploitation and use of agricultural land, especially unused land, or land that is being used inefficiently. Departments, sectors, and localities should proactively and promptly resolve difficulties and support investment procedures so that businesses can get their projects approved quickly. The chairman of the Provincial People's Committee requested that each department, sector, and locality establish a task force dedicated to resolving business difficulties by March 10th, with the heads of these entities held accountable. Additionally, cooperatives must engage in production linkages, focus on applying science and technology to their operations, and collaborate to enhance the value of OQP products. This involves linking agricultural, forestry, and fishery development with the processing industry, prioritizing investment projects, especially export processing plants, restructuring logistics centers, and strengthening the operations of cooperative groups and cooperatives.